So, welcome to 2024. All three of the episodes previous, all 3 hours of it, is a culmination of all of the video that I shot up until about 2024. It was filmed in over the course of a few days in late December 2023, and this is the final video for that series. In preparation for the Free World's missions, I've done a lot. Let's take a look at what I've done so far. Let's go to the job board. Now, this is all the territory that I have explored. It's most of the galaxy, most of the areas of the galaxy. There's a little more up here that I haven't done, and maybe some in here. But this is all right before the Free World's missions. So there's a lot of territory to explore, and I did it mainly with my Titan ship. Of course, for some of the places that you have to go, you need a jump drive. But over here in the Ember Waste, there is a wormhole that goes all the way up here to what is essentially mostly empty space. There isn't much here. Whether it's worth exploring or not is a whole nother thing. All of this territory doesn't even come into play until later in the game. And I've never really gotten that far, honestly. So there's still a few places that I haven't been to. I've moved all of my base items from Alphard to Aldebaran, and I've done that because when you start the Free Worlds missions, all of a sudden everything in the Republic it becomes your enemy. You end up not land without some kind of a tribute or some kind of a special thing. So I moved all of my stuff down to Aldebaran, and it kind of puts it central to the Free Worlds. I mean, you're going to be moving all over the place, but I wanted somewhere that wasn't too far away from being able to jump over to get to a remnant space. And I've got a small base on Pantica where I've got some things stored. But all of my fleet is right here. I have 7 active escorts, 19 parked escorts, 157 stored outfits, and they're all on glaze. So this helps me get to all of the Free Worlds and do the missions that I need to do. And so yeah, Gamma Corvi is where you start your Free Worlds mission. The Free Worlds missions are the only complete timeline, the only complete story in the whole game. Others are being worked on, and they're very deep, and there's a lot of them, but they don't come to a conclusion. The Free Worlds mission comes to a conclusion. It's very escort and battle heavy. It's the Republic and the Free Worlds go into civil war, as I mentioned before. Without a jump drive, it severely limits your movement. So getting a jump drive from one of your other missions, if you're out down in remnant territory, you'll be able to take a jump drive off of one of the ships that you're able to disable and put it on your ship. But you're going to want a few of them. So if you want to equip your escorts with jump drives too, so that you can have escorts going around, you'll want to do that too. And I'm not going to go into what jump drives are. Basically, it allows you to jump from system to system without the need to travel through a warp conduit. So a few survival tips, because you're going to be doing a lot of battles in the Free Worlds missions. Keep in mind that your ship has to survive the battle. You have to survive the battle. Your escorts, they can all be blown up and destroyed. It doesn't matter. As long as you survive the battle, the game doesn't end. You don't have to start the task all over again. So with that in mind, when you're in a fleet of escorts, whether it's your own or somebody else's, let them do the fighting. You just sort of hang back and let them go to town. Use long-range weapons on your own ship to kind of keep the other ones at bay, and have at least one ship with a cloaking device. It'll come in handy a number of times during the whole thing, the whole Free Worlds missions. Those you can get, as I mentioned in the previous video, you can get those from the Remnant once you have the appropriate license. If you have large carriers, populate them with fighters, and if you can, populate them with free fighters. Now, what do I mean by that? Let's go ahead and let's go to my fleet. Go to the shipyard. As you can see, I've got a bunch of Titans. I've got a bunch of Boxy and Boxy 2 fighters, Boxwing 2 fighters. We get past those. The Ibis is a carrier. It has 4 drone bays and 2 fighter bays. So, drone, 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 and a fighter, a couple of fighters. These are fighters that you can capture in Remnant space when you're doing your battles. So you can capture these and add them to your fleet. And these are there, and when you capture them, they're essentially free. They don't cost anything. So I've got a couple of them, and those are because I've got 2 fighter bays on the Ibis. This Merganser is an interceptor. It's a unique interceptor. It's a pretty tough little ship. I got a turret mount and a couple of gun ports and that type of thing. I use it mainly as an escort, but I believe it has a cloaking device built in. It's one of those that it's a unique ship. The Gull has a cloaking device. This is a unique ship that's sold after you do a certain couple of missions at Terrazed shipyards. And I like Terrazed a lot. I go there quite frequently whenever I can, whenever I'm doing missions. But they have you test these ships out, and they're pretty solid fighters. You know, they got a decent hull, decent amount of shields, and you get to decide whether you want to have them prioritize the one that they sell. You want them to prioritize shields? Do you want them to prioritize the hull? Or do you want them to prioritize speed? So bigger engines, more shields, or more hull. And I had them prioritize the shields. It also has some fighter bays. A couple of fighter bays. So there's a fighter, another free fighter. I've got another Kestrel and fighters for them. The Albatross the 2 Albatrosses are big warships. You see their shields are 34,000. Their hull is 12,000. They're very tough ships. And they have several turret mounts. They have a bunch of gun ports. I've got a little Finch fighter as well. And I don't think anybody's carrying that one. I think I'm just keeping that one parked for now. But that's my fleet. And I believe this fleet will serve me well. The other reason I am here on Glaze in Aldabane, go back to the job board here, is because the Free Worlds, right now they're all part of the Republic, so they're all blue. So it's a little difficult to see. So all of these systems all along here right up to Terrazed are all free, essentially free worlds. So all of these systems are all free worlds. So what's going to happen is they're all turn green. Your ships will actually turn green as well. You know, they're blue. You know, right now they're blue, but they'll when you join the free worlds, they'll turn green. All along here, Aldebaran is right in the middle. So a lot of the times, what happens is you find yourself over here, but you don't have the right ships. You're escorting a bunch of other ships sometimes, and you have your smallest ship. You only have one of them, and you want to bring your other bigger, more capital ships along. Well, you go over here, and as you're escorting their fleet, you can go pick up your fleet and go and do battle and be more effective and have a higher survivability. So that'll give you a huge advantage as well. So let's talk about the Titan plugin for a minute. Now, this is a plugin that I created, and I designed it so that it didn't overpower the game. I wanted it so that it really didn't make a whole lot of difference one way or the other. I wanted a specific ship. I wanted it to have certain attributes, but I didn't want to have that ship or the associated fighter to give the game a huge advantage one way or the other. The Titan, when I was developing the plugin, it had a lot more shields and a lot more hull. So what I did is I realized that for a mid-level ship, and it's technically an escort, but it's kind of it's an escort that's on the level of a medium warship. But it was way overpowered for a medium warship. 8,800 shields, 8,400 hull. I brought that down a little bit. So instead of 10,000 shields, it's 8,800. And I think I brought the hull down a little bit as well. So the Boxwing 2 here, 800 shields, 800 hull. The 800 hull, I just brought that over from the original Boxwing. 800 shields, because this is actually a fighter that's going to fight, we just doubled the shields. So again, it's not a huge advantage, but like the Barb has 800 shields. Now these fighters have a lot of shields, a lot of hull. That's why I like to go and collect them, take them over. But you look at the Finch here, 1,100 shields, 200 hull. You know, the Boxwing 2 is pretty much on par with other fighters. Since I filmed all that, I also added a few more things that you can buy in the outfitter. I showed you how to put AI into your escort by editing a file. Well, what I did instead, let's undo a couple of these. What I did instead is I actually developed essentially a tool that you can buy in the outfitter that allows you to put artificial intelligence into your ship. Autonomous self-driving has been around for 1,000 years. Piloting a ship through empty space is far easier, but safely landing on a planet is the tricky bit, and has kept automated systems out of ships for centuries. Finally, due in large part to the tremendous loss of life for escort ships in pirate attacks, some systems are finally coming online to reduce the need for crew on those ships. So now you don't have to edit those files. Whatever ship you buy this for and install it, it'll automatically make it into an automaton. So it'll put AI, artificial intelligence, into your ship. The other thing that I added was hull plating, which this is one of those things that to me just is remarkable that you couldn't, that it wasn't in the game before. You can't just add more hull plating. So, you know, and I when I wrote the description, you know, what is stopping anyone from welding a bunch of scrap metal to their ship to reinforce the hull? physics for one. It adds protection, but it at a severe weight penalty. So it adds mass to your ship, but it gives you 1,000 more hull. And it's 100,000 credits. So if you want a little more survivability, that'll help. And the third thing I added was a shield algorithm. And what it is, it's kind of like if you're a Star Trek fan, they did different shield configurations. They've remodulated the shields to fight the Borg and whatever. I figure, well, why couldn't you just do that with the shields on your ship? You know, you might as well, right? And of course, while creative shield modulation through software is possible, cycling the shield generators often results in abnormal heat generation and can put a significant drain on ship's power reserve. So it takes power, it uses energy, and it also generates heat. So you're basically it's an overdriver for your shields. But you get another 1,000 shield boost. And it doesn't require any, because it's software, it doesn't require any tonnage from your outfit space. Same with the hull plating. Doesn't require outfit space because you're putting it on the outside of the ship. Those are the 3 additional tools that come with the Titan plugin. The other thing I've done in the Titan plugin is I've created an alternate start. So there's a neat one. There's a neat plugin that somebody did called a Lamprid. And the Lamprid is a ship that's already in Endless Sky. And basically the Lamprid is a ship that has no weapons, but it looks an awful lot like Serenity from Firefly. So, and it's basically a cargo ship. And it found a box to one of the alternate starts to Endless Sky. And what it is you find a box wing. It's essentially a box wing 2, but it's been stripped down. There's no weapons, there's no hyperdrive, there's no nothing in it. There's room for it, but there's basically nothing. You're starting with a ship with nothing in it. And so you fix it up enough just to get it off the ground and fly it around, but you have to do missions. You can't jump to any other system. You're essentially starting out on Earth in the Sol system, and you have to jump around to different planets doing these missions until you get enough to buy a hyperdrive. And then you can start doing missions elsewhere. And the Boxwing 2 is kind of a heavy, lumbering sort of thing. It's not fast like a shuttle. And I will do a demo of that at the end of this video. So, you might be thinking, well, how do I install a plugin? Well, it's actually pretty simple. In Linux, you would go to the Endless Sky folder. And in this case, it's home.local share Endless Sky plugins. But if you're on Steam, it's in a slightly different spot. But let's make it easy. Go into your Steam app. Go to Endless Sky. Click on Manage, Properties, and Installed Files. Now it'll say size of installation. You see it's under a gigabyte. But click Browse, and there it is. There's your plugins folder. And as you can see, I've got the all content. I've got the Endless Sky high DPI, the Lamprid start, Titan. So this is all the information for the Titan plugin. And you essentially, if you download it and it's in a zip file, you unzip it and you put it in this folder, it's automatically activated. You essentially go back into your Endless Sky. Let's go ahead and click play here. Go into preferences, go to plugins. You can enable and disable all of whatever plugins. But I've got the cheat plugin, the all content plugin, disabled. I don't want to cheat with that. So go to load save. Let's go to new pilot. Let's go to found a box. You grew up on New Boston, a world in the dirt belt, but work on Luna. You've dreamed of owning a starship ever since your first visit to the spaceport, and years later, you managed to find a hidden wreck of a stripped Boxwing 2. Despite the tiny ship being barely capable of flight, let alone hyperspace travel, and not having the money to outfit it properly, you take a chance on a new career as a transport pilot. While enjoying some much needed time off, you decide to take a brief trip to the mountains near the Pacific Ocean on the North American continent. It is warm this time of year, and you spend the day walking along the various paths and trails between the mountains and the sea. As the sun begins to set, many of the hikers have long since descended the mountain and occupy the various establishments in town. You climb up the hill for a better view of the sunset through a trail that is barely a trail. It ends on a flat piece of ground with a rather unobstructed view of the horizon. You close your eyes and listen to the stillness before you make your way back down. Bzzz. The noise snaps you out of your meditation abruptly. You look around for any sort of electronic gadgetry that might have made the noise, but find none. As you are about to dismiss the sound as some misheard insect, the noise happens again, followed by a loud pop. You jump back just in time to see the side of the hill shimmer and disappear, revealing an old Boxwing 2 that had been stashed deep inside the hole. You approach carefully. A small holographic projector box is carefully perched on top of the ship, letting out a puff of smoke to signal its demise. You crawl inside the hatch and have a look around. Boxwing 2s normally have a basic hyperdrive and some small weapons, but whoever stashed this here inexpertly stripped all of the valuable parts out, presumably for some quick cash. Strange baffles cover the engines, so thrust can be used but not seen. The sublight engines and fuel pods still seem to be intact, despite the extensive human-caused damage. Clearly this ship landed rather than crashed. When you head back to town, you immediately file a salvage claim on the ship, signing your name to make the transfer of ownership official. And I'm just going to go, we'll just go G-gigs. Okay. No one in the town you talked to ever knew it was there. There were many guesses as to how it got there, but a quick check of the previous registration lists it as lost near the Sol system. You spend nearly every penny you have just to make it fly, and will still need a lot of repairs as well as a new hyperdrive. With raised eyebrows and a lot of sighing, the local authority certified it as flight-worthy, in quotes. Fortunately, there are local courier tasks that can be done without the need to leave the system, though the local spaceport authority might balk at a flying ship in such a condition. You might just be able to earn enough money to make it truly space-worthy again. Compared to the bureaucrats' offices you've been in, you feel much more at home in the shipyard. This isn't how you envision starting off life as a space captain. Your tiny Boxwing 2 sits gleaming in its bay, beckoning you to take its first flight into your future. And here we are. We're on Luna. You're home. And let's go ahead and let's take a look at this ship that we've got. And as you can see, it's the Pacific Sunset. There are insufficient bays to carry this ship because it is a fighter, and it's a fighter without a hyperdrive. So, yeah, you know. This is interesting. So, there have been a few updates since I played this last time. This is a new ship that they must have added in a recent update. called a hogshead. That's interesting. Fortunately, huh? Interesting. Say here's a utility ship too. That's new. Sunder is a versatile mining platform equipped with dedicated prospecting equipment. So what's it got? It's got a mining laser. That's cool. Asteroid scanner, hyperdrive. Is there anything else new? There's a drone and a drone and a drone, well, none of which you can buy. So, Firebirds being sold on Luna. That's interesting. Yeah, that's really neat. What's it got? Shields 3200. See, we've got 1,000 credits. Starting with 1,000 credits, we can't really buy anything. 3,200, 1,900. Required crew 20 out of 84. I mean, you can carry 60 people. That's great. 600 fuel capacity. Luxury accommodations. That's interesting. Let's go to the outfitter, see if there's anything new there. Oh, yeah. See, mining laser. That's new. See, that's the other thing we could do with this ship. But weapon capacity is 32. So we could eventually, what's weird enough money, we could buy a mining laser and start, shooting things. Start shooting asteroids. What's the range on it? Oh, the range is only 200. It's very short range. That's cool. What else is new that I don't know about? See, and there's all the artificial intelligence and hull plating and shield algorithm and all that expensive stuff that I can't have. But we can, for 1,000, buy a local map. But I honestly, for $1,000, I don't care because I don't have a hyperdrive. How am I gonna do that? So we'll go to the job board. Ooh. See, there's nothing. There's nothing in the Sol system. So what you've got to do, you've just got to leave. So depart. If you take off now, you will launch with a ship that will not be able to leave the system. Are you sure you want to continue? Abso-freaking-lutely. So let's just go. Let's just. You can see how tiny this ship is. And it's not very fast. But let's land on Earth here. Let's go to the job board. See, there's one in Sol. We need to. So we got 4 bunks, 40 tons of cargo space. 2 factory workers are hoping to start a new life on Mars. Yeah, okay. We'll transport them to Mars. That's exactly what we need. So depart. Yes, it's fine. Yay! We got 6,000 credits now. Go to the job board. Nothing in the system. Someone ahead is making obvious disruptions in the flow of the crowd. You're going up to various people and talking to them very briefly before moving on to someone else. So it's one person. Can you give me a ride? I need to get back to Trove in the Hamal system. Pack up my things and travel to Lycan in the Atria system. The hair is slick to match a sharp suit. Yeah, I'll take them. It's gonna occupy a bunk, but I'll take it. Shake their hand. Yeah, you know the man. I'm not gonna read the whole thing, so it's one guy. I'm gonna limit my what I can do, but that's okay. I can't jump anywhere right now. This is where the guy's got to go. Yep, okay. So, let's go. Let's land back on Earth again. Job board. Yay, there's one. Family 2. Like to see Luna. Accept mission. Yep, done. Depart. Okay. And it's not gonna like you. It's just gonna do that over and over again. Yay, I got another 5,000, so 11,000. We're halfway to a hyperdrive, which is really what we need desperately. Badly. Job board. Nothing in the system. That's the problem. Yep. Okay. Go back to Earth because that's where we're having. I guess that's where they're all coming from. Nothing there. Yay, there's one. 2 farm workers, accept mission, yes. Where were they going? Farm workers, it's probably Earth. Yep. Job board! Oh, cool. There's 2 of them. 2 workers, family of 3, 6,500. Yeah, let's do the 6,500 one. It's not a lot more, but then I can get my hyperdrive. No more, but we're at the place where we have the outfitter. Oh, let's go to... Yeah, geez, I keep passing it right by. Hyperdrive. And I can't buy it yet. How much does it cost? Oh, geez, 50,000. Okie dokie. I was thinking it was 20,000. No, it's a mass, so... Okay, I was incorrect. So it's 50,000. Nothing on the job board, so depart. Yep, okay. And on Earth again. Job board. Nothing on the job board. It's going to be the same here too, so yeah. Oh well. There we go. 2 temporary, 5 farm workers. Accept mission. Done. Depart. Okay. Yep. Go back to Earth. Job board. Yay. Now we go back to the moon. And it just goes on and on like this until you can get a hyperdrive. Okay. Job board. Nothing on the job board. Usually Luna doesn't have anything. What have I got? 32.5? Okay. Well, depart again. Yep, okay. Land on Earth. Job board. Yay, there's a couple of them. 2 factory workers, 5,000. 2 on Luna. I'm going to go to... I could have taken them both if I had more bunks. I got plenty of outfit space, that's for sure. I don't quite have enough for that. What if I bought that? I could take more people. That's for sure. But it would also set me back quite a bit. But I could take 2 of those and make half of my money back right away. I'm going to go ahead and chance it. So now I've got basically 6 bunks. Minus the one guy that I've got to get out to that one place. So we'll accept this mission, accept that mission. Where am I going? Star Mars and Luna. So okay, let's go to Mars first. Job board. Oh, look, there's one. 2 farm workers, accept mission. Wants to go back to Earth. Depart. Okay. Let's go to Luna. Okay. Job board. Nothing there. Done. Depart. Okay. Yeah, we really need to get that hyperdrive, so it doesn't balk at you anymore. 27.5. Job board. Hey, there's one. 2 factory workers to go to Mars. Go. Done. Depart. Okay. And on and so and such and such. Job board. Nothing. Gosh darn it. Okay. Let's go to Earth. Earth and Mars have got all the things. So. Job board. Hey, there's one. Family of 4. Awesome. 8,000. I'll take it. Tourist to Luna. Yep. Okay. 32.5. That'll give us 40. Almost there. And nothing. Yep. Job board. Hey, there's 1, 2. Go to Luna. Go to the moon. Go to the moon. Job board. Nothing. Nobody wants to go anywhere on the moon. Are you kidding me? Depart. Okay. Back to Earth. Job board. Hey, there we go. That's more like it. 3 farm workers and family of 2. We can take both of those. So Mars and Luna. Awesome. What's this? 23 tons, 35 tons. Oh, that's a priority one. You can't do the priority. Definitely not doing a priority one. Let's go to the moon. $50,000 outfitter. Guess what we're doing right now? Hyperdrive. Buy it. Leave. Part. Go to Mars. Job board. Farm workers back to Earth. Accept the mission because it's kind of what we need. Now there's no outfitter here. The other thing you can do is you could actually get a loan. Credit score is pretty low, but you could get a loan up to 136,000 credits. You could have bought that hyperdrive and just started doing stuff right away. Or, almost even bought another ship, but it's on Luna. No, that was wrong. Earth is what we need. But the outfitter's here, so we're going to buy a local map. Depart. Go to Earth. Go back to Luna, I guess. He's a little ways out there, isn't he? That's okay, though. Job board, nothing. What's this one? 3 passengers, accept it. Because I gotta go that way. Done. Depart. Jump. Land. $9,500. That's better. So now we're making some real money. Job board. Do we have... Buy another map. Yeah, it doesn't help much, does it? $13 tons of stuff. Yeah, I suppose. I'd rather, be hauling passengers, but ooh, a mining drone, huh? One gun port. Does this have the mining? Nope, doesn't have a mining. Oh yeah, that's where we gotta go. Jump! Now remember, we can only do 2 jumps. We got 200 things of fuel, so land on a planet here. That's where we need to go from there. And there is no... There we go. Outfitter. Oh, a mining laser here. Wouldn't mind having a mining laser to give me another way to make money, but I don't quite have enough. And we're gonna buy a local map because there we go. We gotta go to Hamal. Passenger, yeah. Passenger. Well, that one's a priority. I don't want to take that. Passenger. Passenger. Head back to the Sol system. 2 tourists. Yes, please. Thank you. Done. Let's do some trading. Let's see if we can't bump this up a little bit. So we do have, we only have 5 tons of cargo. Job board. Go to ports. Yep, I know. Looks like clothing is what we're going to need. Buy all. And depart and jump. Tiny planet. It's barely bigger than my ship. Traveled to Trove. We found yourself listening to Chris' opinions on the subject of governments. While they had some very good points, still you are somewhat relieved that when you arrive, both of you are too out of breath from moving furniture to talk more. Done. Okay. Let's get rid of this cargo. Sell all. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Well, that's a little far. But you get the idea. You start off with virtually nothing, and you sort of build your way up. And I'm not anywhere near, I mean, yeah, I could get a loan or whatever. You can also go to, you can go to Reticulous, which is down here somewhere in the dirt belt. And you can actually do the tutorial mission as well, and that'll help. But yeah, it's kind of, I don't know. But I suppose that's really it. You'll be able to download it on the Gig Explained website. There, I will put a link in the description, download link in the description, so that you'll be able to. You can click on it, go to the Gig Explained website, and download this plugin, this Titan plugin. So I hope you found this interesting. If it's something that you want me to stream at some point, then I'll be happy to do so. But leave a comment down below if this has been something that piques your interest and you want to see more of, that you want to see it played through, you want to see the free worlds, yeah, see me play through the free worlds missions. So if that's something that interests you, then yeah, leave a comment down below, just a quick something or another saying that yeah you're interested, and if we get enough response, maybe we'll do a live stream of it. Who knows? But until next time, I've been Mr. Gigabytes, and this has been Games Gig Explained. See you next time.